What is going on, Quest 2 community? It is Thursday, and Thursday's live chat. It's live chat Thursdays. We have an awesome show tonight. I am so excited for. But I'm glad that everybody's here and hanging out tonight. We've been very lucky to be doing these live chats on Thursdays, and we've had a couple of people on and done a couple of interviews with some developers, and we've been super lucky to have some awesome people. And then we have another one tonight too that we'll introduce in a minute. Yeah. So let's just say hi to Nick real quick. Nick, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing good. I'm just trying to get this pinned up to the top of our page right now. So I'm doing pretty well tonight, hanging in there. We got something pretty cool to talk about tonight, upcoming game. So why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest tonight?
Yeah, let's talk to our guests. We have with us gaming legend. Can I say gaming legend? No, I can't say gaming legend. We got to say gaming legend, right?
I feel like that's appropriate.
Right. How about we just say awesome, all around awesome guy, gaming legend, Dave Marsh from the game Shadowgate VR, from Zojoy Games.
Did you find the same microphone?
I think all of us have the same microphone.
Okay,
we may.
Did we call each other before the show and tell each other to use the same microphone?
Good looking microphone right there.
I think it is. Dave, thanks for joining us, man.
All y'all would be wearing the Skrillex shirt, but I guess that's just me tonight.
If I had one, I'd certainly wear it. But as we learned in the last time we talked about it, we'd have to burn it after, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. I love your shirt way more than the Skrillex shirt, Dave. Even though I love my Skrillex shirt.
Yeah. My wife made this shirt for me.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it.
Didn't have to pay her or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get the big question out of the way first, Dave, for you.
Yeah.
Tell me everything that you know about Skrillex.
Well, he's no dead mouse. I'll tell you that right now.
Just the fact that you know that's a guy and not a band, and Dead Mouse.
Yeah. No, I know nothing about it other than the name Skrillex.
That's a little bit more than me.
Well, I'm a big fan. I mean, I don't know anything about him, but I'm a huge fan.
Denise Detlaf joining us in chat says it's Abraham Skrillex.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Thanks, Denise.
He sounds even more intriguing now.
Oh, absolutely. So it looks like Nick finally got it pinned up. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate that.
I did. Yeah.
So, Dave, super exciting time for you. You've got Shadowgate VR about to launch. Let's talk a little bit about how you got to this spot. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our people here in the chat and watching the show afterwards are going to know Shadowgate VR, and they might not know what Shadowgate VR started as and who you are and where you got to this spot. So let me take you back to like 1980. You launched the game originally in 1987. When did you start working on it though?
Yeah, so I was doing I was going to a church outside Chicago and ran into a guy there that we became friends, and he was a programmer, and he was working on something called the Macintosh, which had just shipped. And prior to that, they were the company he was working for, which was called Icom Simulations, was developing games for the Apple II. So they gave me a side project because I just said, hey, I'm an artist. I've done some digital art, which is like on a Radio Shack Tandy thing, with a joystick. And I said, I've done stuff like that. Maybe I can do something. So I actually did a port of an arcade game called Wizard of War. And they thought it was pretty good. And then they loaned me a Mac, and they were working on this adventure game, first-person adventure game using Windows, and nobody had done that before. And so it was called Deja Vu: A Nightmare Comes True, and it was like a 1940s, gumshoe, detective game. Really good game, my favorite. And so I was a big Dungeons and Dragons fan ever since I was a kid. I mean, I grew up outside outside Chicago and not far from Lake Geneva, where Gary Gygax started Dungeons and Dragons. So we would drive there. My friend's mom would take us there to a place called the Dungeon, and it was a corner store that sold lead miniatures, which lead miniatures, right? And they sold those, and then Dungeons and Dragons books, and then players guides and Dungeon Master screens and stuff. And so I was just fascinated by it.
That was actually Gary's store. It was Gary Geigers's actual store. I mean,
he would show up every now and then, but I didn't. I'm just a kid, right? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, right. But that's crazy.
Like, right. Probably 13 or something, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So we would go there, and I was obsessed with it. And so I just thought, this would be great to make a Dungeons and Dragons type game, just a fantasy-based game. So I called my buddy Carl Rulofs, who I'd known for quite some time, and he's actually the designer or the lead designer on Shadowgate VR. And so I just said, hey, we're going to get a Macintosh here and no external drives. So you're, putting floppies back in, and we're going to go ahead and we get a chance to make this game. And so this was 1985. And so, I'm just still living in my parents' house, and we start making it and designing. We have no idea what we're doing. And so I did all the art in black and white, and Carl did most of the design. And then ICOM eventually hired us, and we put it out in 1987 on the black and white Mac. And then we ported the crap out of it. Just Carl and I would do the art. So the Commodore 64, the Commodore Amiga, the Atari ST, Apple.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. I have a list here. I mean, let me read the list off to you guys. Ready? Because I had to write this down because I'm like, there's no way that's all these. And I looked up at every one. So Apple Macintosh, the Amiga, which was a Commodore unit, the Atari, the NES, DOS, Windows, Game Boy Color, mobile, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and the mobile
VR.
The mobile stuff was funny because it was like the Pocket PC and the Palm, right? We got it working on that. And then when you talk about PC back in the days, it was like CGA, which was 4 colors, right? EGA, which was like 16 colors. CGA, all these different.
Right.
We just kept porting like crazy. So yeah, that's that's kind of how I got started. It was a great time to be a game designer. But there's no patching. You couldn't patch the game, right? You had to make it work on a floppy or 2 floppies. Yeah. And it was out there at Egghead or wherever it was. And
game is as game is, right?
But it was really the NES version that Kemco came to us, a Japanese company, and said, we want to go ahead and do a port of this to the NES. And we're like, you can't do it, boy. I can't do it.
Yeah, right.
And they did a great job, but I remember just working with them on that. And that was the one that most people remember. Even in the Shadowgate group on Facebook, I'll talk about some new games and everything. And they're all like, yeah, that's great. Hey, let's talk about NES.
Well, it was a great era, so you can't complain.
Yeah, for sure. Now, so you and Carl, you guys get hired on with ICOM, right? And now, so basically you're working with them. How do you guys basically you own the IP though for the game at that point, right? You don't. So they own the IP for the game.
Yeah, they owned everything. So we just we pretty much sold that to work there. So which was a good move at the time. So
yeah, because you're just kids basically, right? I mean, still.
Yeah, so that would be 85. So I'm like 20. 21.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be like, this is just amazing. We'll see. We don't know what it's going to be. We'll
give it to you guys. $7 an hour. I mean, I didn't care. I just wanted to make the games. I just wanted to get my foot in the door. And I was working on that. I was working on The Uninvited, which was a haunted house game, and I worked on Deja Vu 2, and I was working on a bunch of different stuff too. But Shadowgate was really, the thing that got me in there. So it was good.
Yeah.
It was the first person fantasy adventure game ever, which is kind of neat. And I always loved first person because it was kind of, even though it was on a Mac and it was, the window was maybe like 200 pixels by 100 pixels or something.
Right.
Still, I just still felt like there was probably about as at that time as immersive as I could get, right? And be inside.
But with the technology at the time.
Well,
and that's amazing to be the first person, the first one to create something like that.
Yeah.
Are you impressed?
Yeah, look at him. He's crazy.
You impressed with that? I told my wife,
that's why we tried to announce him as the legend, but still he wouldn't take it.
I know. But yeah, I was just thinking, think back into that time when all these adventure games were basically just, board games or, pen and paper games. There was no video games at that point. So to even take this kind of story and put, even though it's black and white, point and click, pixelated, beautiful, what we consider artwork almost now. I mean, just to have that at that time was groundbreaking and probably breathtaking to do, to put your vision into that kind of game. I mean, that's like taking your vision from that and now moving it into VR. It's like taking that next step. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really wild.
Yeah. So basically what happened with you guys, because I know at some point Viacom acquired the rights to now they bought it from ICOM. Is that how that works?
No, Viacom bought ICOM.
Oh, okay. So they basically absorbed them.
So yeah, this was kind of the thing kind of in the early 90s. I think it was like 93 or something, where, companies, media companies like, I want to make video games. I want to get in this business, It's easy, right? Which of course it isn't. And so, I went from kind of working on these McVenture games, they're called McVentures, to doing SNES titles for Looney Tunes, Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally and Daffy Duck Marvin missions, and helped a bit on Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage. And I was making some games like this, and Viacom came in and they said, hey, we own MTV. Viacom, we own MTV and Nickelodeon, and so you're going to be making MTV and Nickelodeon games. And we all went, all right.
What?
That sounds pretty cool.
Worked on some Beavis games, and I did a couple other things. I think I did some for Nickelodeon, and those were some interesting years. Can I just leave it at that? Can we never?
Yeah, heck yeah, absolutely, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then the company shut down that division in '97. And that's when a friend of mine, Eugene Evans, who I knew from the ICOM days, who worked at ICOM, he came to me and said, hey, you're still working there. They're going to shut down. Help me get the rights. And so I helped him get the rights to all the McVentures, and then our Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective games and another game too. And so that's how the franchise, those rights went over to Eugene. And then me eventually.
Yeah. So then, what happened? So we move forward now to like, what was it, 2006? Zojoy. It was 2000. But doesn't 2006 doesn't Zojoy acquire those rights too?
No,
it's 2012. Okay.
Yeah.
2012.
So we skip forward basically from the 90s then to all the way to 2012.
Right.
Now Zojoy is what? Is a makeup of you and Carl?
No, it's just me.
Just you, okay.
Yeah, so basically, I left Viacom, and then I moved to Virginia, and I worked on massively multiplayer games because of my relationship with the studios. I worked on some online games like Aliens and Starship Troopers and other things, and then got hired, then got bought by EA, and then we got laid off by EA, and then I got into making designing slot machines, and then in 2012. There was a boom on Kickstarter, right? And that boom was, retro games getting a lot of money on Kickstarter. And I just thought, I would love to kickstart this new company. So I just went on to a company name generator site, and I just sat there for 4 hours just clicking the button until
clicking through names
up, and I went, hey, I can get that.com. So it really means really nothing. So
that's how the best things work.
Huh?
That's how the best things work, when you just click on them and go, yeah, whatever.
And so then I called Eugene again, and I said, and at this point Eugene was working for Mythic Entertainment, which was doing Dark Age of Camelot, if you know that game. And I said, we haven't done a Shadowgate port in a long time. I should do one for Windows and Mac and maybe Linux, which we ended up doing as well. Because all those Linux people go nuts. Oh, come on, why isn't this game on Linux? And okay, we'll put it on Linux. and so we did a Kickstarter, and it was successful. We raised like $140,000, which
awesome.
certainly was not enough to make a game. So so this is how the relationship that kind of started between myself and contractors. And I just talked to friends and people like Carl and stuff, and I said, we'll all just get a piece of the pie. We'll all work for royalties, and we'll use the money for the Kickstarter to pay for art and audio and anything else, that, of course, the rewards, right?
Right.
And so that's what we did, and we finished that game when we said we would. It took 2 years, and it still sells. It still surprisingly does really well. And it's if you've seen it, I found a speed painter, and it's a very dark, sketchy, fun look, very dynamic. And his name was Chris Cold, and he did a great job. And Chris does a lot of Magic the Gathering art now. And I just said, let's do this game, and we did it. And it was kind of a halfway point, right? It was 2D, but it was full blown art, which Shadowgate's never gotten, and a gorgeous soundtrack by Rich Douglas, who I just found on YouTube, who had done some music of Shadowgate from back in the day, but orchestrated it. And I called him and said, we need to be best friends.
Yeah, you're right.
You need to do this music. And so we did that music, and Rich did the music, and it was fun. And so we put it out, and it was kind of a stepping stone, really. So it was a retelling of Shadowgate. And there were some of the iconic rooms in there, but we got rid of all the puzzles that didn't make sense or were too obtuse, right? Mm-hmm. And then we went and did a lot of new stuff, and then all the people at Chemco for the NES version were gone, right? And so I just contacted them and said, look, I'd love to include the chip tunes, those old 8-bit tunes in here, because people love those.
Oh yeah.
And they said okay. And so we had this kind of 8-bit mode that you could play the game with that, and we pixelate all the art for that, and it's all the transitions on the NES. So anyway, so it did well, and then the team was burned out and kind of blew apart, and I went, okay, there you are.
Yeah. So basically, that's it for Shadowgate for some time, and then when do you, as Dave Marsh, find VR, and what is that moment for you where you say, I need to take my creation that I made, and I want to see what I've created. I want to be in it. I don't want to play it on a screen. I want to be inside of it. So what's that moment for you where you take that passion that we all have, all these people that are watching you right now, that moment where you find your passion for VR and you want to make a game in VR, what is that moment for you?
Well, it took 5 years for that moment. So I was talking to Nick about this the other day. I have hay fever, it's really bad. I was talking to Nick, and I mentioned, that team broke up, and we were supposed to do Beyond Shadowgate, and there was no way that we could do it. And I was burned out, and we ended up. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. I know you are, Nick. And there were these movies that were in the 60s and 70s, Jason the Argonauts and Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
Stop motion animation of Ray Harryhausen. I always loved that as a kid. I seem to go back to the things I liked as a kid, right? And so I said, let's. I met an artist. His name is Adam Mixner, and a programmer named Thane Bowman, and Carl was kind of do his own thing, and I talked to these guys, and I said, I'd like to make this game, and it's going to be 3D, and it's going to be a 3D adventure, and we worked on it for 5 years, and it's still my favorite game. It's just beautiful. That the voiceover in it is awesome. It's a woman named Betsy Brantley, who, if you've seen not Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Although she was the woman in Who Framed Roger Rabbit that they drew over for Jessica Rabbit, but she was the mom in Princess Bride.
Yeah.
So Betsy lives here in town, and she's just got the most beautiful voice, and so we told this great 3D story, and again, it took 5 years for us to put it out, and the team was great, and Rich came back and did this great stuff, and Adam did all the art, and they did all the programming. And we launched it on Steam in 2019, along with 30 other titles on that day, and nobody ever found it.
And this one's called Argonis and the Gods of Stone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And the reviews for it are really good. And in fact, there was one review that said this is the worst ending of any game I've ever played. And we literally went in and redid the entire ending, even though we weren't getting sales, because I said I can't have that.
Can't leave it, right? Now
yeah, it's a good ending now. I said, change your review.
Nick, did you go buy this game yet?
I went and looked at it today, and the reviews on Steam were very positive. So it's got a very positive on it, and
you know I got to go buy this now, right?
It actually looked really good.
Beautiful stuff.
It really did.
So
go ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say you can get a Vorpex for it maybe and try and play it that way.
Yeah.
See if you can bring it into VR.
I don't have to play everything in VR.
So long story short, sorry. I came out of that experience pretty depressed. And if anybody has depression, call a depression hotline, see what talk to people that care about you and stuff. I was really depressed because all those times, all the 5 years and it not to sell, and for 30 other games to launch at the same time. Now at the same time I had a Vive, right? And you guys have played games on the Vive, right?
Oh yeah.
Pretty nice. But you got to set up those base stations, and you're tethered to the thing. And I was always every time I moved my head, it was going gray because my base stations weren't the right proper height and angle. Adam and I had done a little prototype for a museum in Kentucky with dinosaurs and stuff, and it was so cool, and I loved it and everything. I loved VR, but I was not a fan of the Vive. So I'm sure a lot of people like it. I think that's great. It's the same thing. If you like, if somebody says, Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James, okay, that's fine. Just say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If you like something, it's great.
Exactly.
It's everyone's got their own preference.
Yeah, whatever. If you like Skrillex, like Nick does, I like Frank Sinatra. And But yeah, so we were kind of a little versed in liking VR, and I loved playing Vanishing Realms. Did you ever play that?
Yeah,
I have
great
not.
game. Yeah,
so
awesome.
I thought
Awesome original.
Yeah, and so that shipped with the Vive, right? And along with like Tilt Brush and some of those things. So I said, this is really neat. I really like VR, but I'm not a big fan of the Vive. But I do like Vanishing Realms, even though it's kind of toon shaded, right? I mean, I felt like I was in a dungeon, but I really didn't feel like I was in a dungeon. So I mean, and the monsters were all kind of goofy and stuff, which was fine because I really liked it. But so anyway, I was pretty depressed and pretty down, and I just said, I'm done. I'm kind of done with the game industry. I get reviews, and people won't buy my game for $20 when I've spent 5 years on it, and they're waiting for it to be $3, and then they don't play it. And that's how it goes. So I was pretty down and out, and Rich Douglas again, who found on YouTube channel, and called me up, and he said, "What's going on?" I said, "I'm just done. I'm not gonna do it anymore." And he goes, "Dude, you gotta get an Oculus Quest." And I said, "Look, I've got a Vive. I'm just not interested. It's fine. I like it enough." He goes, "No, you need to make Shadowgate for the Oculus Quest." And I was like, I don't know. And I said, "What is it?" He goes, it's a tetherless headset and everything. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what is it going to be able to run? What kind of processor is in it?
You're thinking Google Cardboard. Or...
Yeah, he's like, it's a tetherless headset that runs on a cell phone, and you're like, oh yeah, sign me up right away, right? Get me. I can't wait to do that.
And I was like, I don't know. And he said, Dave, you got to make Shadowgate for that. You need to do it. And I need to do the music. And I said, well, if I ever did it. And he goes, just go out and buy one. Just go buy one. See what you think. So I went out that day. I think I was at Best Buy. I don't know, Kmart, or Walmart or something. I don't remember where I went. Maybe I ordered it. I don't know. And I got it, and I got Vader Immortal, and I just about wept about how because Vader Immortal. I know it's a short game, but you got a lot of. I mean, it's very adventure gamey, and that's me, right? And it's got a great storyline. It's got great voiceover. It's the art is great. They made the room small so that the processor and the headset could handle it. And I remember talking to Rich, and I'm thinking, Rich, we could do Shadowgate with this. I mean, I made Shadowgate freaking work on a floppy disk.
Yeah.
We made it
Right.
work on the worst, like the smallest NES cartridge you could get. I got it to work on a freaking Palm Pilot. You know, we should be able to do this. I mean, if anybody knows how to go ahead and optimize and cram something into something that has boundaries, it's me. So I called up Carl. I said, what do you think?
How hard was it? How hard was it? I might as well go ahead and ask that. How hard was it going from flat screen to VR? Is it a challenge? Is there anything particular you had to overcome?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is well, let me just say this: that I called Carl up and I called Adam, the artist, and I called Thane, the programmer, and I said, we're just going to do this, and we're gonna split royalties, and we're just let's see what happens. And they were all up for it. And I called Rich, of course, he was up for it, and my friend Chris Geisett and Chris Mosley, I called them and I said, would you guys, help me do some writing and testing and some media? And they said, yeah, we'll do that. And I think Nick, the biggest thing was trying to figure out what the game was going to be. Right?
Really, over actual coding and visuals and everything else. That was y'all's most difficult challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it really was to say, hey, this is a point and click adventure game, right? I mean, point and click. And now we're going to go ahead and put it in VR, and you can't make a point and click game.
No,
doesn't really work.
No.
Doesn't really work if you want to just point and click in VR.
So we spent 9 months. I paid these guys. We spent 9 months trying to figure out how the game would be and what's the most fun. Is it a escape room game? Well, Shadowgate had 57 rooms or something in it. It can't be an escape room game because then we're going to spend all of our time and resources and money making an escape room. It can't be 3 escape rooms. It's got to be fairly large, but have like some escape room elements. It's got to have It's got to have adventure elements. It's got to have, hey, I need to pull this lever and then solve this puzzle and do all that. And so we did that. And we played it. We did 5 demo rooms and we played it and went, yeah, it's pretty fun. What else does it need? And then we I was talking to Carl and we're like, we needs monsters. I mean, this is, if we get to feel like we're going to be inside of a freaking dungeon, it better have monsters.
You got to have monsters if you're going to be in a dungeon.
We started doing that and started adding that. And we said, well, here's a good balance here. And then we said, all right, so it would be adventure, it will be action, and then it needs something else. And then I don't remember where it was, but somebody said minecarts. And we said, yeah, we're in a dungeon. We need to put minecarts in this game.
What kind of dungeon doesn't have minecarts?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
So,
who doesn't want to do minecarts in VR?
And then we said, we have to do a track, and you need to, we need to do that. And so we started talking about that, so it took us 9 months to figure out what it was. And then when we got to that, we said, this is great. This is exactly what it would be. It was a healthy balance of the 3 things. And, I think there'll probably be some Shadowgate purists that say this is not my point and click adventure, and I'm sorry. It's just
Well, hey, that's still out there. They can go get get that on how many different platforms?
14 different platforms.
Yeah.
But you can save in our game. You can save the game. There's like in every room, there's between 1 and 5 or 7 save points. You can save anytime you want, just like in the old adventures. Well, and if you're going to die a lot of different ways, and that's okay because you've been saving the game. And that's the one thing about Vader Immortal that I really liked. It's just like in Vader Immortal, you could die, but it kind of respawned you and said it's okay.
Yeah,
so we thought that's all right too. So let's make 3 difficulty levels, and let's and we started going. Let's make as many options as possible. And I would read these boards of other games, and they would go, why does this have smooth turn? And why does this teleport not have, blink and dash and everything? And I'd be writing down blink, dash, smooth turn, every possible. I got tired of the voiceover on that person giving us hints. Turn off hint voiceover.
Well, yeah. Speaking of voiceovers, you just put out the 2nd trailer on it, which has a lot more of Odin on it. Who does the voice for Odin? Because I love him. He's my new best friend.
So okay, well, Nick, why don't you tell people who Odin is, what he is?
So Odin is, since I've played quite a bit of the game already, he's your companion who comes with you on your adventure through the Mithril mines, or the mines of Mithrok.
Right, yeah.
And he's a wise
comedian.
He's got some serious sarcasm behind him.
Hell yeah.
And he tells you where to go, what to do in the game. He gives you a lot of hints. He's got his Odin vision, which I'm gonna let you talk about.
You ask for the hints, right?
Yeah, if you ask for them.
He doesn't just give them to you, so but if you can ask for them. But yeah, go ahead.
But who does his voice? Because I've got to know. It's fantastic. I don't know.
Great voiceover artist named Martin Cox, who just does wonderful things. And I went through, I think I used Voice Realm or other places. I just kept looking for a great, and I think I went through 5 or 6 different people. And originally I wanted Odin, who's a one-eyed raven. He also does things, you can send your mind into Odin's mind and look at the world through Odin's one eye, and you can see secret things, which is a really, really important thing. You can call him throughout the game, you call him to different pedestals, it's key. But it's a lot of fun because he sees stuff that you can't see, because he's kind of But Martin ended up being, having just this great voice of just this sarcastic British, thing. And it's not grating. You like to hear it, just like Betsy was in Argonus and Gods of Stone. Yeah. You want to hear him talk, Odin talk, and so it's worked over. But originally, I was looking for somebody that sounded like Snape, right, Professor?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
But it was so droll. You were like, oh, I'm gonna kill him.
And he needs to be good because you're hearing him for the entire game, and really, he's one of the main, pretty much the main voice in the entire game. So it's important that that voice is so good.
Yeah. And then Jasper Lever does our Lachmir the Wizard voice,
which is another great one too, man.
And he sounds like Gandalf. I mean,
he does.
He's got this Gandalf vibe to him.
He's got a booming voice. It just like resonates in the game. It's amazing.
The voiceover is just great, and that's just something that can really kill a game. You guys have probably played many games that you just went, what is this voiceover?
Well, you can tell when the developers themselves are doing the voiceovers, and when somebody hires somebody to do the voiceovers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a really fun part of it, and he gives you that humor that you want to hear. There's a couple lines that he says.
He sings some tunes to you.
Yeah, that's right. One of them, you're in a minecart area, and he says, "Oh look, another mine that leads into darkness. What could possibly go wrong?"
Yeah, right.
His sarcasm is great, and something cool too is if he does get on your nerves, which I really can't see it doing. But if he does, you can turn him off in the options menu, which is something I want you to tell me about too, because there's so many options to this game. So I was telling Eric the other night.
Yeah, and here's the deal. This is a trap that a lot of veteran VR developers fall into. Not enough options. They don't give you enough options. Yeah. You're a rookie VR game developer who puts exactly what VR game people want in a game is we want options. We want to be able to smooth turn, or we want to be able to teleport, or we want to be able to turn this on and off. We want a story mode, or we want a hard challenging mode. Give us options, because there's a wide variety of people playing. So just that you guys were able to do this, there are studios out there, I won't name any, that have made 5 or 6 VR games that still fall into these traps with games they put out recently. Mm-hmm. So just that you guys did this is amazing. But yeah, tell us about some of the options that you guys have in there. It's crazy.
Yeah, obviously you have to have the key ones, right? Sit and stand, right?
Right.
But when you're sitting, we gave you a slider. So if you want to sit a little higher or a little lower, you can do that, right? And of course, picking up objects in sitting mode is easy because it almost the object kind of move right to your hand, right?
Right.
And turning off Odin sarcasm, I think it's every room. Let's say in each room there's 5 or 6 things you have to do. Well, between those times, if you're just sitting around and like I'm not sure what to do, Odin he'll kind of mess with you, right? He'll kind of troll you a bit, or he'll just say, "Hey, how about a hint? You want a hint?" Most of the time, you just ask if you want a hint, but he'll say things like, tell my next of kin that I love them or whatever.
He's like, you're slowing me down. Let's go.
So that was just another thing that we learned in Shadowgate 2014. You had a skull named Yorick, and people, our testers just kind of said, yeah, we really like Yorick, but he talks too much, and so we had an option to go ahead and turn Yorick off if you didn't want to do that. So just giving players that ability to change things. So teleporting on one, you're walking on the other, or you can teleport on both. What else? I mean, obviously the options, you know, easy, normal, hard. We might do an Ironman mode for
Yeah.
a Halloween update.
Hell yeah.
Where you can't die and you get no potions in the game to help you. And so, you know, you have a wand in the game and you have a shield, so you can decide which side that they're going to be on. So if you're left or right-handed,
It's
you
just,
know,
ton of
audio,
options.
4 tracks of audio, you can kind of turn up and down, you know, whatever you want to do. Obviously, subtitles, it's in 6 languages. You know, just try to think of as many things that made sense, but not so much that you go, you know, you don't need to put that in. It's just, you know, it's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
But the
You've played
main ones
games
are so
before that
important,
are
though.
like that.
The main ones are so important. If you screw them up and you don't do them, what happens is a lot of these developers end up having to patch them out anyway, because so many people are like, why do I can't smooth turn? You know what I mean, on a game, and then they end up having to patch it. But you know what? It's already, the damage is already done at that point. You already launched. People saw there was no smooth turn or no free locomotion. And now they're all mad. You know what I mean? So then you fix it like a week later, but the damage is done at that point.
yeah.
Right.
And you know, Eric, the interesting thing about that is that there are some things in there that I would never play. I cannot play dash for teleport. I can't move forward like that. It just, I'm ready to barf, right?
Yeah, sometimes it makes it worse for people.
But other people are just like, if this game doesn't have dash, and I'm going, dash, need dash. Even though it doesn't, you know, it's bad for me. You know, somebody else is going to say this is the key. This is a key option for me.
Yeah.
And we'll listen to the players, and then, you know, the next update we'll go ahead and add some options if they feel like we're missing something. But we did a lot of research. Yeah.
Yeah, and it went well. Speaking of movement, let's talk about the mechanics in the game. You know, what are you doing in Shadowgate besides puzzle solving?
Well, let me just say the first thing I just say this is the game is going to be the most realistic dungeon, you know, action adventure you've played on the Quest. I mean, you know, we've got you in some, and you guys have played it, right? I mean, I'm not blowing smoke here. You know,
the game is beautiful. Beautiful.
It really is.
Like really well, and got it to run it, you know, at 70 frames per second on a Quest 1.
Yeah.
So, and so that was our number one thing. I want to feel that a 10-year-old Dave Marsh wants a realistic dungeon, right?
Hell yeah.
So that was the first thing. You know, there are puzzles in the game. There's, and when I say puzzles, I mean there's solving. You know, they're environmental puzzles mostly. You know,
I would definitely call them puzzles.
What's that?
I said I would definitely call them puzzles.
And so, you know, if you've played games like Red Matter or something like that, you know that they're real, you know, real world puzzles and stuff, and it helps you get through the dungeon. So that's the first thing. Then there's mobs or monsters, right? And so I think we have, you know, like 8 different types or whatever, and you're going to have to fight these, and you use a wand, and you start off with a fire wand, and I won't go into. I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, don't give it all away, man. We got to have some stuff for them to play later.
A shield that you can bring up and stuff, and lots of stuff to find, and keys and gems and coins and potions, and then you've got, you know, our minecart rides, and they're just it's so much fun. And if you are playing and you say, I can't handle a roller coaster, it's not a roller coaster, but it's not flat either, right? I mean, there are a lot of twists and turns. And I was talking with you guys about this last time. We were on the phone on a call, and we decided we would add a skip function there. I would hate somebody who just says, I'm not going to buy the game because halfway through the game, there's a minecart and I can't finish the game. So right there off on the right, it says, hey, if you're an adventurer with a low constitution, you know, you can skip this, and it doesn't harm anything. You just continue on the game. So just trying to do things that, realizing that there are some things that I don't want anybody not to experience Shadowgate because of one aspect of it that we've added. So it's optional.
Yeah.
So yeah, there it
is. You add more options in again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more and more options. Yeah, absolutely. And the minecart thing is great too, because, you know, people love minecart stuff, but you got to remember you're making this mainly for the Quest. There's such a broad audience for the Quest. It's not like PC VR where you have a lot of just hardened gamers. This you could have a grandmother playing this thing, who's never been in VR before, who's 65 years old, or and there's a lot of people that don't have their
like you, Eric.
Well, yeah, I'm older than dirt. Me and you go way back.
Oh, that's right. I'm older.
I guess y'all are saying I'm young.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually older than you, Eric. So.
You are, I think, but not by much. Not by much.
Yeah.
We have much of the same background. I think that's why we get along so well, for sure. But yeah, I mean, the amazing part with this game, number one, this game, guys, is gorgeous in the headset. It's one of the more beautiful Quest games that I played, and I do a lot of PC VR also. And let me tell you that there's times when I'm in this game that I have to go, wow, you realize you're not doing this on a PC right now. This is a standalone Quest playing on a Qualcomm chip. I mean, this game is brilliantly looking on the inside. The lighting, the shadows. When you guys play this game, everybody, you will flip on some of these things.
The first time you step into it is the very, very first time you step into it is one of those VR wow moments.
Yeah,
we're
not going to say.
And you come out.
Yeah, we're not going to say some of the things in the beginning. I don't want to say, we don't want to give anything away to anybody, but there are some jaw-dropping, holy shit moments in this game that make you go, that give you that feeling of why you want to do VR in the first place.
Yeah, and I think again, part of that is all those years of experience with Carl and I had in working on art and figuring out how to get something to fit, and what is the you have a constraints. I mean, everything in life is going to be a constraint. You got to figure out how to move within it, right? And Adam just came in, and I think we have one artist, and he did all of this, and he was just constantly. I would say, okay, well, we need to work on this. He goes, yeah, I'm optimizing, and he was just. And it works well because you're in self-defined areas, right? Just like in Dungeons and Dragons, most of the people who played D&D were introduced to it. It's I'm moving from room to room, right? And the rooms are different. Right. It's unique, and the dungeon master would do well to make it that way. And you close the door behind you, and so we do a lot of that. You move from room 1 to room 2, and we're using all the processing power and all the memory for room 2, so we don't have to use all the draw calls and everything else to just, to do. I mean, there are some games I love to play on the Quest that are some fantasy games, and they're really nice, but you lose all the detail because the rooms are so large, and the Quest can't support it.
Yeah.
And so, I think that's where things have worked out really well for us.
Well, that's where games like this with the dungeons. You mentioned Red Matter. There's another beautiful looking game. That game looks almost the same on PC as it does on the Quest. And again, that's another corridor type, smaller room game when you're going through, like a mining facility on Mars. So, you're right.
Smaller, yeah, just because the rooms are. Because we say a room can still be huge, right? I mean, the mine carts are really large,
right?
But we are just concentrating everything, all the processor power, all the memory on that one area. So,
yeah,
no, it's essentially playing Dungeons and Dragons, only with an adventure now, an action adventure.
Yeah. And of course, we're a single player game, and that's
right.
What,
yeah. Well, yeah, there's a question right here from chat too. It says Kevin Marks asks. He says M player, which I assume he means multiplayer. Question mark. So.
Yeah, and we've talked about it. We're just a real small team. I mean, the core design. 5 guys. Total of 7 guys, and it's we've never made a VR game before, and so cutting our teeth on this one, and we think we've knocked it out of the park. But we have talked about the multiplayer modes. I play Demio all the time.
Love, great game. So great. How come the 3 of us has never gone in and played Demio together?
I'm too busy.
You get lost in that game for hours.
Well, it's not like you're developing a VR game that comes out next week or anything.
Well, I only like to play Demio when I'm playing with my friends. And so,
oh, that hurts.
I'm just saying, when I play with them, I used to play, no, I'm saying that's my friends.
Eric took a low blow.
I don't like to play with random people, is what I'm trying to say. So,
no, I know what you mean.
I remember playing Star Trek Bridge Crew, and I just got, I don't know if they were kids, I don't know, but all they did was wave their hands around throughout the whole thing. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I like to find the Klingons here,
Yeah, right.
And so I've just been used to making single player games. Well, we've talked about it. We've talked about it. But this is this is the first game in a series of games. This is book 1. And
Yeah, that
just
was
to
gonna be
write
my that was gonna be my next question, because this isn't it. I mean, we have a lot to look forward to,
This
right?
is
Yeah, yeah. Oculus was really excited about it. You know, we gave them the demo and they approved it, and we said, look, this is gonna be the first game in a series, and we're gonna end this game in a really great way, and then continue to move on. And I think you'll like the ending. It's really fun, and they were really supportive of that. So it's just kind of exciting to come in, and we've already laid out the designs for at least two more games from it, and it's pretty neat.
Do you think we?
Speaking of which,
I was gonna say, do you think we have people drilling yet to get a copy of this game?
they're
Or what,
waiting.
you think we should
something away? Should we give something away?
Yeah, we've got all these
That
17
sounds like
people
a pretty
here
good
waiting.
idea.
Let's give somebody a game.
Sounds
So
like a
guys,
good
what we're
idea.
gonna do is we're gonna give away a copy of Shadowgate when it releases. Not until it releases. So we'll take your name, and then we will, either myself or Dave will send you a key on the as soon as he gets a key on release. So, Nick, what were we gonna do for a question?
For this first question, I believe we were going to ask, what is the name of the studio that has developed Shadowgate VR, coming out on October 7th? First person in the chat that can tell us who developed it, the name of the studio, wins a game key.
Yeah, so we mentioned it earlier. We did mention it quickly, but yeah, what's the name of the current studio, Dave's current studio, that developed the Shadowgate VR?
There it is.
And Benny Lee's got it.
There it is.
Benny
Benny's
Lee.
got it. Congrats, Benny.
Benny Lee, congratulations.
4 hours of typing into a name generator to get the
I love it, man. I love it.
He gets it.
Hey, we may have to do that soon when they come out with a new Quest, and that can't be the Quest 2 community anymore. It might be me sitting in front of a generator trying to figure out what the freak our names are.
Can I even talk about
No
the
less
Quest
than 4 hours,
while I'm
Eric.
here? Since it's the Quest 2, can I even mention the Quest 1? It's out on the Quest 1. It's going to be out on the Quest 1 as well.
Yeah, I mean, everybody
Yeah,
should know that, because there
absolutely.
are a lot of people out there that only still do have the Quest 1, and the Quest 1 is starting to get left behind. So it's a great thing that you are still making this game for the Quest 2, because I know there are games coming out right now that don't support the Quest 1. And
Yeah,
I mean,
I think Resident Evil coming out, right? It's Quest 2 game only, I think.
exactly, yeah. So
only Quest 2.
We're probably Oculus just sent us the Rift. We're probably going to put it on the Rift.
That's
Jack
awesome.
up those textures.
Dude, I would be
So you guys-
I mean, to see what are you really serious about doing it in the Rift? I mean, I would already what this looks like, guys. Already what this looks like on the Quest build. To see this on the PC VR with the Rift, man,
Would be very impressive.
there, look at that.
They do want you to put it on.
Wow, they sent it to you.
So,
Hey, that's like a collector's item. You might not be able to find that. Too. Don't open the
they're
box.
really great.
Hey, don't. Yeah, don't, I'll send you my my Rift that's just out of the box already. Keep that one in the box. It's gonna be a
That sounds
collector's
like a
item.
great deal. I love that deal. That's boy, I'm ready to go.
I know, right?
Do you want to give away? You want to talk about these other giveaways I've got right here?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Should I show it? So there's nothing better. I was trying to think of something to do, where is it, back here somewhere? So for Argonus, we did these great coins. So I'm not giving away these coins, but Argonus, we did these beautiful coins. And
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
that is nice.
they're just gorgeous. And
That
Yeah.
is real
I
nice.
still have some of these left. I'm gonna have to get you guys some, but they're just
Oh my
beautiful.
God, that's so cool.
But I was just like, oh, we don't need that but what does somebody need for their headset? Well, you know what they need? They need a micro cloth. And so
Look
we
at
got
that.
That
So we had the Shadowgate image done on these great cloths, right? They're 18 by 12, 8 or 12 by 8.
Wait, you just don't want to use my little gray crappy one? This little crappy thing? What? Look at this freaking thing. You know?
This is what we need. So look,
those look
we're
awesome.
gonna give away
Hell
some
yeah.
of these tonight, and I'm gonna send them out. I've got a bunch of them. So
Hell yeah.
however
Yeah,
you
so-
guys want to do that. I just
Yeah,
wanna
so
offer
guys,
that.
everybody in chat, we're gonna give 5 of those away, but only to U.S. residents. Sorry, guys, because of shipping. So only to United States residents. So for that, but yeah, for sure, we're gonna give 5 of those away sometime near. We'll give them away at the end of the interview.
Okay.
We have one more key to give away. One more key to give away at the end of the interview to Shadowgate, and then we will. And guys, Also, too, we hit 30 people in chat. I'm going to give away a hoodie. I'm going to give away a Quest 2 community hoodie.
Nice.
I sent your shirt out this week, Dave.
You're not going to do a Skrillex giveaway, Eric?
we could do a Skrillex giveaway. I have my Skrillex shirt here. I have Dave was kind enough to send me a Skrillex shirt. I almost wore it. I actually have it sitting right here. I almost put it on.
No.
Oh.
I was gonna wear it. I had it ready to go.
If anybody knows,
it's
a long story. It's a long story. I don't
I'm
know
ready.
how it happened.
Oh, this was the funniest thing.
All I know is we were joking about it, and the next minute I was on Amazon buying Skrillex shirts.
Oh, it's too funny. I gotta
thank Beat Saber for that one too.
I didn't even know. I came home from work and I'm messing around and I'm going through my boxes. I have I come home from work. I have 10 boxes every day, so I'm just going through all these bags and boxes, and I'm like, I got a Skrillex shirt. There's no name. It just comes from a printing company. It doesn't no note or anything. I'm like, who the hell sent me a Skrillex shirt? And it just happened to be after we talked about the Skrillex on the Beat Saber on one of our live shows, and I call Nick and I'm like, somebody sent me a Skrillex shirt. He's like, Dave was busting on you pretty good in the chat that night. You think it was Dave? And I'm like, Dave.
We didn't find out for like 2 days he left us guessing.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. Thank you, Dave, for the shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the shirts. I have no idea who Skrillex still is, but thank you.
Yeah. I've listened to about 5 minutes of Skrillex, and I'm like, that's good.
That's
all good.
4.5 minutes more than me.
God, Beat Saber is gonna freaking hate me, man. They're gonna start. Beat Games is gonna start sending me messages. They're like, "Will you leave us alone?"
Like, get off the Skrillex thing.
Oh yeah. So all right. Good. So back to Shadowgate. Let's talk a little bit about the game.
Real quick, you were talking about they sent you the Rift kit.
You're
going to be porting it over to Rift. You plan to port it onto Steam or even possibly onto PlayStation VR?
No, not at this point. We're not looking at it. I really like the relationship I've got with Oculus. I'm very happy with it, and we're such a small team, and it's so much support, guys. So to go ahead and put it on so many different devices. The Rift is something we're just looking at right now. We're probably going to do it. I'm almost sure that we're going to do it. It seems to make a lot of sense, and it's only the game's going to be even more stunning than it is now. So,
I can't wait to see what you guys can do with the power of a PC.
We're going to try to figure that out. We're going to do an update. We're trying hard to do a Halloween update, right? So somewhere around Halloween there to put out a couple new options and some fun stuff. We're talking about an Iron Man mode and other things, and so but I know that people really like the PlayStation VR, and I it's obviously very good, and I've got one myself, and on the Vive or what's the even more expensive one through
the Index, the Valve Index.
But it's just I'm 56, man. I can't be making it for everything. It's just, and again, I
need to get some sleep here and there.
Yeah, I love the people at Oculus, and they've been very kind to me to get us to approve our game. And I want to just continue to support them too as well.
Well, and here's the deal. I mean, this is the system right now. I mean, the Oculus, whether you like Facebook or not, Oculus is the system to be on right now. I mean,
it's essentially the cheapest one. Even with the PlayStation VR, you still have to buy the console of a PlayStation or Steam. You're going to have to buy a computer. So it's the cheapest platform that you can get onto right now. And Shadowgate is good to be on there. It runs great on there. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So good question, Nick. But no, I think we're just gonna stick with Facebook and Oculus at the moment.
Okay. Well, I got to ask you about your game though. So I played through your game. You've played through your game. What is your favorite part of the game, and what do you think people who are going to buy the game, what do you think is going to be their most favorite part of it?
Good question.
Well, we've kind of already beat the horse here, but to say, I think so. In all of our testing, working with beta testers, working with Oculus testers, working with you guys got a chance to play the game. A few other YouTubers got a chance to play the game, and it's everyone just feels like they're. I think the thing I like the most is the art that Adam has done. I mean, Thane has done an awesome job programming it. Don't get me wrong, but the art is just gorgeous, and you just feel like you're there and you're in a dungeon, and that's really what is just the most fun. The other thing I really like about it is I know Nick, you and I have talked about some roguelike games, and they're great, and procedurally generated dungeons. And when I was a kid, I played a game called Dungeon Master, which was procedurally generated. Well, no, that one wasn't procedurally generated, but I have played others. What's the one that's out, that's in the App Labs, that's all pixels, all the 8-bit stuff? It's really
it's Stones of Harleth?
No. He's talking about Ancient Dungeon, was it? Or
what'd you say?
Ancient Dungeon?
Ancient Dungeon. Yeah, Ancient Dungeon.
Was it Ancient Dungeon?
And I like Ancient Dungeon a lot. And but for me, almost every room looks the same, right? And so I think that when you get a procedurally generated game, and you can say, it's different every time. All those
but
walls,
it still can look the same.
All those walls, have to be the same wall, so that you can go ahead and put them in different configurations and stuff. And I think for us, I really like the fact that as you go through the game, as you're going through it, you walk into the next room and you go, this is so different. I haven't, this is new, or the colors are different, or the shape, the shape is, or it's completely, there's a part in the room which is just this massive cavern with spinning rings, and you go, what is this? And so the original Shadowgate was that way too. Each room felt different and had a different function and stuff. So I think that's my favorite. And then I got to tell you, Odin is just, you forget that he's not real. And you reach over and you pet him, and he says things like "smooth like butter," and you go. And then you
have you done that, Mash? Pet him a few times?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You pull out your wand and you shoot him, and he says, "Yes, yes." If it makes you feel better, shooting target practice, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, at one time I pet him, he said, "Oh, I can't pet you back. Sorry.
I have no hands."
I have no hands.
And so you just feel like you've got this great companion, and he's asking you if you want hints, and every room that you go into, he gives you his opinion on it. You go, you keep calling him, you call him all over. I mean, there's hundreds of pedestals.
That's genius too, by the way.
He showed you hidden things. His flight patterns are great. They used to be struggling a bit, and Thane just did an awesome job on flight patterns. So he just feels like a real guy, a real friend and stuff. So
I've actually gone into that Odin vision a few times while he's flying from pedestal to pedestal.
I know, it's really crazy, isn't it?
And that's actually pretty wild.
and that's one thing we didn't touch on here, which the sound. When you hear him flying over past you or over your head, the sounds of the wings flapping, the sounds in this game are so good. I mean, you hear everything, and the crackling of some of the plasma things shooting at you. It's just everything in this dungeon. You can hear just sounds from everywhere. It's amazing.
Yeah, and Eric, to that point, when I talked to Rich about it, when we did Shadowgate 2014, he did a rework of the NES chiptunes, and it's gorgeous. He's just an incredible artist, musician, composer, sound designer. But when we were talking about this game, he said, let's just use music where it's needed. And we'll use it for stingers here and there, and for some of the bigger fights, we'll use it. But for the rest of it, let's just put in, ambiance sounds. Let's just make it feel like you're there, so that you're not. That's the one thing about Vader Immortal that sometimes frustrates me, is that the music is always playing, and I'm like, I just kind of enjoy the environment, right?
Yeah. But there's plenty of environment to enjoy.
Or maybe I'm thinking of what's the newer ones, the Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. So it's parts are very minimalistic, just drips and echoes and stuff, and then other parts, we start bringing, like you're on the minecart. Rich has 5 different tracks playing. So one is drums, one is low strings, one is high strings, one is male choir, one's a female choir, or whatever it is. All those are playing at the same time, and we mute the ones that we don't want. So when you start off, we mute 4 out of the 5 tracks. So it just starts, and then when a monster comes in, we unmute them, and it's fun, interactive music because it's changing as you go. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that was probably my most favorite part of this game. I mean, I love the visuals, I love Odin, but the minecart ride, I've been on Epic Roller Coaster, I've been on minecart in games in VR. It's still this one here, just it really kind of
Feels good.
It's so good. Yeah, you guys are gonna love it.
Stick on it yet. So that's good. I think you did a great job programming that. So.
Oh yeah, hell
Absolutely.
yeah. So we get a lot of people asking questions in chat, Dave, and there's I see the same question from 3 or 4 different people, and I don't know if you can answer this, and I really don't, because it's something that we actually didn't decide of yet. But I'm going to ask you anyway, and if you can't answer it, just don't answer it, okay?
Sure, go ahead.
How much is the game going to cost?
Right. Yeah. So right now we're looking at the game as $24.99.
There you go, guys. You guys. So the Quest 2 community, everybody watching here, you guys just got first info. Nobody knows it yet.
We talked with a lot of people, and we just said, look, we want it to be the right price. We want it to, we've been working 2 years, haven't paid ourselves anything to make this game, and labor of love, and we started just looking and saying what's a good price, and talking with even testers and everything. So we
guys, this game is every penny worth $24.99. I
Absolutely.
have no issue telling anybody out there, either now or watching this afterwards, the thousands of people, this game is every penny worth $24.99. I would pay $35.99 for this game. I'd probably pay $40 for this game.
Yeah, they said, hey, I'd pay more than this.
Right. We paid. We've played games that cost more and have less content, So
absolutely.
This has got plenty. This is very great. This is it's worth. It's worth. Like I was telling you, Dave. I feel like you could actually get more out of this, but for that price point, what you get is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we feel good about it. Yeah.
But it's a great price point, because that's to me. I mean, that's where a lot of these games are going to be, and you know what I mean, and it's a hittable price point for a lot of people. So I can see already a lot of people are like, that's amazing. They're already saying here in the chat. I mean,
they've got games on Steam. They've got games on Steam that are still in pre-alpha, going for more than that, unfinished games.
The biggest problem there was always that even with Argonus or Shadowgate or whatever, I had tens and tens of thousands of people on wish lists are just waiting for it to be $5. And what people don't understand is, we're killing ourselves. We love making games, and we want to go ahead and make a good game, and we don't want to charge too much money for a game, and we don't want to, we want to do what's fair. And so, it's just everybody wants free games, and I get it. I understand.
Everybody wants that, but
$5 games, but it's hard to make a living doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's a great price. We have another question out there. We'll ask: is there a final boss?
In this, yes, there's a final boss. Mm-hmm.
Right, there you go, guys. There is a
Nick,
final boss.
A final boss?
There is a final boss.
Yeah.
He looks pretty badass too. Oh, he was very satisfying. He was.
Don't give too much away.
It wasn't what I was expecting. I'm going to put it that way. I'm not going to tell what it is, but it wasn't what I was expecting. But it was very satisfying. It really was.
Yeah, guys, this game is amazing. It's going to come out on October 7th on the Oculus store. And everybody go buy it, because this game is amazing. Go. Is there a store page right now, Dave? So,
there is.
Yeah, let's. So guys, we'll put the link to the store page in here. Go wish list it right now. So then when it comes out, you'll be notified.
You're putting it in, or am I putting it in?
You guys can both. You guys can both put it in, man. Hammer twice. Get it in. Just jam it in there.
There it is. There we go. Thank you, Nick.
No problem.
Yeah, guys. So like everybody in chat, do me a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Go here, wish list this game. Put the heart on it in the Oculus on the Oculus store. You'll be notified when it goes live. And then you can go grab it, and you'll play it, and you'll love it. And you'll hit that mine car, and you'll go, holy freak. And you'll be like, this is awesome.
Yeah. And Benny here in the chat said that price is super competitive. He'd buy another copy just to gift to his friend. So,
there you go.
He does, yes, because he's getting a free one.
That's right.
So, that's right.
My new BFF. So
there you go. There you go. Yeah, we're going to talk a little Benny stuff. Benny's got some new stuff coming out this week. We're going to talk a little bit about that after we have to finish up with Dave. So,
cool.
But
Cool. So Dave, I want to talk about one more thing. We talked a little bit about Shadowgate and how we got to this point.
Yes.
But there's a lot of fans out there of the original Shadowgate. This and here's what I'm thinking. This could be a headset seller because there's a ton of fans out there of the original Shadowgate, like people my age that aren't into VR yet that might go, oh my God, I can play this game that I played as a kid that loved. The NS, or even some people on the PlayStation 4 version. Might go, I can play this amazing game and I can actually be in that. You know what I mean? I can be in that world. So this could be a headset.
It was a natural progression. It was a real natural progression from the first-person adventure to this. And if you really look at it, for the Shadowgate fans, if you really look at it, you're going to get like Lackmere is a character that was in the original Shadowgate, and he's here. Yeah. The plot is similar but slightly different, pretty different. But if you were playing a first-person adventure game, this adventure game, and Shadowgate. If you come across a Cyclops and, you need to get a rock and put it in a sling, and then, you use rock on sling to put the rock, then use sling on, the Cyclops, you're basically in combat there. Well, we're doing the same thing, except your combat takes a little bit longer and it's more visceral, right? And so, and there are puzzles in the game. There are things, you have an inventory and the things that you would expect, but I think this is the natural progression. We did that halfway step with the 2014 game, and then this was just the natural progression. And again, kudos to my buddy Rich who talked me off the cliff. With right to say you need to get this particular headset. So
and look where you are now. Look at how much fun you're having now.
Yeah,
you got to wake up at 5 in the morning.
Tons of sleep.
We talked to Dave this morning, and he's cramming to get ready for his game, and he just sounded so. I'm like, oh, he feels so bad.
Yeah.
It sounded
what did you say? You were up till like 4 the night before getting stuff done, getting for work for it done.
Nick's got us a conference call with him at 6 o'clock this morning.
The testing, Oculus is a test group in the UK, and they're 5 hours ahead, right? And so I want to talk to them in the morning about how things are looking. So that means I'm up at 5 in the morning. So it's, it's fine. We're at the home stretch here. So
it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. All the work that Dave's putting in now is, has made an amazing game that I can't wait. I can't wait to keep going. I want to see what's coming next and what's coming next and what's coming next. And
speaking of what's coming next, because, obviously you can't tell us what's coming next, but, obviously people are going to be wanting more at the end of this game because it's a saga. So it continues to go on. What kind of time frame do you think people would be looking at between games?
Yeah, so that's the big question, right? We talk about it a lot. One of the things is we like the folks at Oculus. They've been so kind to us, and this idea of bringing it over to the Rift. I don't know how big that market is. Facebook doesn't share that information with you. They just ask if you're willing to support it, and I think we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do an update for Halloween. I think that's pretty much a given. But Nick, I don't know the answer to that question yet. I would say hopefully within a year and a half, right?
Okay.
So, well, here's the deal too: is we say Rift. The Rift is pretty much gone now. Okay, it's still called the Rift Store, but the Rift is dead. They should really change it now, and it should be the Link Store. Okay, because it's mainly. Because now the Oculus with the Oculus Quest 2 with the link cable has become the Rift. That's basically what it is.
Pretty much.
You're playing the Rift. You're playing PC VR through your Quest 2 headset. So let's not say goodbye to the Oculus Rift. Let's just move on to the next naming, and we'll call it the Quest Store or the Link Store. Because then now we can play all these PC VR games through the headset that everybody's buying for $300. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, and for us, I don't think it's going to be a massive effort to get it over. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a graphical upgrade, and the controller is going to be a bit different and stuff. But I think everything's pretty much.
Anthony McPherson in chat says 3 to 4 weeks seems reasonable. Can you have that done?
That's a reasonable time frame, right?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Maybe that. It might be more testing time than programming time. I mean, maybe programming might take I don't have no idea. So we're just looking into it now. So nobody hold me to anything. I'm too old.
Yeah. Hey, but exciting times for you. I'm super happy
sir.
for you, man. You're
Thanks.
a really great guy, and I
Absolutely.
appreciate you coming on here. Let's give away another game before we say goodbye. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. Also, I'd like to give
Good
away
idea.
some more of the cloths.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's give away a game and give away five of the microfiber cloths. They're amazing.
For U.S. only, just for the microfiber cloth. So as far as the game goes, anybody can win that. But now, Eric, you're going to have to ask this question because I completely forgot what we were asking as far as questions go.
I've got one. If you want one.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the name of our raven?
Oh, right.
Okay.
So
we've been talking about him all night.
Yeah. So there's a character in the game. It's a raven that flies with you pretty much everywhere you go. He's a little sarcastic guy who's got an amazing voice. What is the name of that raven that flies with you everywhere in the game Shadowgate?
Looks like Jason got it.
It looks like
no,
we got to go on my screen, guys, because everybody's different. Dylan Morrison was the first one on my screen. Okay.
Yep.
I know it's different on everybody's screen, and we've had to go over that a couple times because it pops in differently for everybody. So on mine, it was Dylan, then Jason, then Dylan again. He was like, "I'll get it in there twice just in case." But how about we do this because Jason?
Why don't we give all the other guys the next 5 people? We give them these.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll give so Dylan got the game. Jason Ward we'll give Dana. Can you write this down for me, Nick?
Sure.
We're gonna give Dylan.
I thought you were gonna ask me to do it, and I'm like, what kind of guest?
Dave,
right. Don't be that
Dave,
kind of
Dave,
guest host.
Come on, Dave, get your pen and paper out. So yeah, we got. So Dylan won the game. Jason Ward won the microfiber. Dana won a microfiber. Dana Diaz.
Now, does the people that are winning the microfibers, they live in the U.S.?
Yeah, I think just so you guys just remember Dana. I know Jason does. Who else we got here? The guest. Dylan guessed like 5 times. He was like, "I'm gonna get this thing in here, man."
The Odin? Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we give one to Sam Renier? Renier. Sam, are you in the United States? Can you just make sure you let us know that if you're in the United States, please? Let's give one to Kevin Mars. He guessed correctly, and I think that's 4, right? One more.
Yep,
how about Orlin Merrill Hooper? He guessed correctly as well.
Oh, he has a great name. What a great name.
Yeah, heck yeah.
All right, got some names.
Having me on, man. I've had a great time. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely.
Dave, you're welcome here anytime. I mean, I hope, I think our friendship between me, you, and Nick will continue on, well past this. I hope so anyways, because, I've had the best time talking with you in the last few months. And, it's like, no, we're done, dude. You called me, Nick called me at 6 a.m. this morning. We're done.
Is it because of my Skrillex shirt?
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, you've been a great part of our community. You've been coming here to our lives the last, however long since we've been doing them pretty much.
When I'm not working.
Yeah, right. When you're not working, exactly. But we appreciate it, Dave. Thank you so much. I wish you the best on your game, guys. Shadowgate,
coming out October 7th.
October 7th. Go wish list it if you haven't. If not, get ready to get in there. October 7th, we're going to get it. We'll get it, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to be promoting it, and we're going to be reviewing it for the group next week. Nick is going to have a huge write-up for everybody. Trust me, it's going to be a glowing review. You don't have to wait for a review. It's going to be amazing. But we're going to give you some. Nick's going to give you some amazing information in that review. But
thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And thanks
Dave,
for showing up. I do appreciate it. I've been on the other end, obviously watching you. Watching the video or watching the live streams and stuff. And I know it was a lot of information, but I hope you do enjoy it and help support us. Thank you.
Absolutely. And guys, we're not done. So hang out with us. We're not done. Me and Nick are gonna go on for a little bit. We've got some stuff going on in the group we want to talk about. We have a couple more things, and we want to see if we can get that hoodie away. So let's we're gonna hang out for probably another for at least 40 or 45 minutes. But Skrillex is number 1.
There it is.
There it is.
Thanks, everybody.
Dave, have a great night.
Dave. Have a great night, man.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.
Yep.
Dude, that's amazing, man. That guy is awesome.
The legend, everybody. That guy is a legend.
I could talk to Dave for hours, and we have, just so you guys know.
Oh yeah.
Nick and myself and Dave have been working very closely together on this game for probably 3 months,
It's been
at least maybe
3
more.
months. Yeah.
Maybe more. And just Dave's been so amazing, and we talk, we talk quite a bit, and we've been helping out test the game. Nick's been doing a ton of testing in this game. I've been doing testing when I can, but Nick's been doing a ton of testing and giving feedback and trying to do, we're trying to do bug testing for him as well, and I think we got our names actually in the credits, which is amazing. So, guys, when you guys play this game next week, go check out the credits because I think we got a cameo in the credits.
We did. Speaking of which, Dave just mentioned also he wanted to talk about the Kickstarter. We never did bring that up.
Oh God, we forgot all about it. Yeah. So guys, Dave,
got a link for you too.
Yeah, check out the link. So there's a lot of board game people out there that love board games. A couple from like the Virtual Strangers community. I know Radio Run and a couple of the more of the guys over there. Dave is doing a Kickstarter for Shadowgate, the board game, and it's about halfway through right now, or a third of the way through. So you got some time to get in there. Go check it out. Get into this thing, man. Shadowgate's an amazing story. We gave you a small little tiny tidbit of the story of Shadowgate. If you want to see more of it and you want to do it in a game, tabletop game form, go check this out. This is going to be so cool. I'm going to go do this as soon as I can.
Yeah. Sign up for it. I don't know how much longer it's got. The Kickstarter's going on for. I don't think it's going on for too much longer. So, get in there, sign up for it if you'd like, and check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about it, Dave. We got so into everything talking about it, I completely forgot about it. Yeah.
Well, because this new Shadowgate VR is going to be awesome.
Oh yeah. That was such a good interview, man. I could just talk to him I could just listen to him. I mean, I found myself just sitting there listening. I'm like, Eric, you got to say something here at some point. But I was just enjoying listening to him talk because, I mean, me and him are very, similar in age. He's maybe a few years older than me, but I grew up in this time period of when gaming was young and new, and that's why I love about VR. Because I remember those feelings of being in, having a Tandy, computer from Radio Shack, and having, the Atari 2600 and, having my Commodore 64, and my ColecoVision. These things were amazing and new and fresh at those times. And this is this feeling that I get now with VR. We are all early adopters. I mean, we think we're playing like state-of-the-art VR. We are still all extremely early adopters in this thing that we love. And if you've ever wanted to be on the ground floor of something, you are there now. That's why you need to be. And
Facebook's pushed it a lot. With this Oculus Quest coming out, it's been out for a year now too.
And guys, listen to me. October 28th, we are going to be doing a live broadcast. I'm actually not going to be home. I'm going to be doing a live broadcast from Disney World. Okay, but we're going to be in Disney World on vacation. But I told my wife, change whatever plans you have scheduled because I need an off day that day from us going to the parks because I have to be into Facebook Connect. October 28th, Facebook Connect. There's going to be announcements made that are going to blow our minds. I hope. I have a feeling that something big is coming. They have given out every little piece of information already that they can give. They've announced every game already and already dates. So what are they holding back?
When Resident Evil 4 comes out, isn't it? The same day.
Yeah. I don't know if it comes out that day, but they did announce the date for it. But I don't know the exact day. But that's the day of the October 28th.
That's Facebook Connect too.
And I think we're going to have some new hardware announced, and we will be going live that night to talk about everything that happened. And I'll be watching it all day long. And
October 21st. Yeah. No, it's coming out. Resident Evil's coming out on October 21st. So.
Okay, did you look it up? Okay.
Yep. So Facebook Connect.
Benny Lee says I need to see Eric in a Mickey hat. You will. I'll be wearing my Mickey stuff that day.
You gonna do a live chat in a Mickey hat? That ought to be fun.
Yeah, I thought about doing the live chat from like the parks. I was gonna do the live our live from my phone, like in one of the parks. But I'm like, there's so much going on with Facebook Connect that there's no way I can do it. In a park. I need to be back in the room. So, Yeah, I'll be in our hotel room, and I'll have my laptop, and we'll go live from there. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait, guys. It's going to be so good. But thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We got some more stuff to talk about. We just want to talk a little bit about. We have so much going on in the group right now. We have so much coming. I mean, Nick, we are giving away 2 more Quest 2s. I mean, we just got done giving away a Quest 2 by Rezel with Player 22.
And not just 2 Quest 2s, but we're also giving away $1,000 in cash.
Now we have Maloka, guys. We have the meditative app Maloka giving they've donated 2 Oculus Quest 2s to give away to our group and our group only. So if you guys have not seen this yet, go into our announcements and click on announcements, and you can scroll down all the announcements and look at the announcements for Maloka and get in and do, follow the steps you need to follow and get in and win something, man. Win one of these Quest 2s. I can't wait to give these away. And they're giving away $1,000 total in cash prizes broken up between 10 different people. So
check out Maloka too. Yeah, I think it's $1,000, $100 per person. But check out Maloka too. It's a fun meditative app. I've been playing this for about a month now.
Yeah, I checked it out, man. It's so cool.
No subscription. That's just something that's a big plus, because Trip requires a subscription to it.
That's right. Yeah, this app is free right now, guys. So get in, take the free app. You have to get in there and sign up to get to be part of the giveaway. So just follow the directions. It's easy to do. Check it out, and then you're automatically entered in. You just come back and you type in. What are we typing? I'm typing done or something like that. Or
hashtag signed up.
Yeah, hashtag. Just come back and type hashtag signed up in the post, and you're in, man. That's it. And then they're gonna, Maloka will draw the winners. And how much more can we give, right?
I mean,
hell yeah, man.
You could win a Quest 2, one of 2 Quest 2s, or $100 per person. That's ain't nobody else giving that away on Facebook right now.
No, yeah. Maloka's so cool, guys. It really is. It's a cool app. If you guys just want something to go chill out in, and you know what we chilled out in the other night, which I want to talk about, is Stageverse, because that was a chill thing too, man. I mean, we had like 8 people or 9 people in there doing it. So basically, guys, we went into Stageverse with 9 people, from myself and Wes and Roots from Virtual Strangers, and Nick came.
Yeah, and I ended up showing up till a little bit late. But
yeah, and
it was
Jason.
Still
it was Jason Ward. Yeah, Jason Ward, and then like 3 or 4 people from the Virtual Strangers Discord came in as well, and we had an amazing time because we saw Muse live in concert in 3D, in 360 3D. So yeah, we saw Muse, and it went for, I think it was like a 2-hour concert.
Yeah, and you guys had little laser guns in there. What the
hell?
Heck
yeah,
were you doing with those things?
You have laser guns, and you have but you can actually put yourself in different parts of the arena that they were in doing this concert. So you can be on stage with the band, you can be behind a drummer, you can be out in the audience.
You can be up in the suite.
You can be up in the suite looking down on the whole thing, or you can do what they call a live I think it was like a live view or something like that, where it basically will move you from camera to camera, so you're going to see everything. And guys, when I'm telling you,
follow the crowd, wasn't it?
Follow the crowd, something like that. When I'm telling you this looks so good and clear, it looks amazing. And here it's going to get even better, because here's the deal: this was recorded 2 years or 3 years ago. This concert was recorded in 2019 on hardware that was from 2019 on the virtual reality 360 cameras that they use. Now they're like 100 times better than they used to be. So Stageverse is an App Lab game, or App Lab app, that's free. Go get it right now, because I don't know if it's going to be free much longer, and I can't wait till whatever they come out with next, because if they start doing some new things in VR with the way they can capture this 360 VR experience.
Now, you were saying that this concert, the one that we were watching last night, that was a concert from 2019?
Yeah, it was a concert from 2019 that was done in Madrid, Spain, and it was freaking amazing, man. I mean, I got chills during some of these songs listening to the crowd, because guys, when I'm telling you you're in the crowd, you feel like you're in the crowd. You feel like they're around you. I mean, they have you can actually turn yourself. So if you're standing on the stage next to the guitarist, and you're looking at him and like I'm, he's standing right next
You're
to you.
waiting for him to throw a pick to you.
Seriously, I mean, you could reach out and touch him, but you can actually turn around and look at the audience and see what he's seeing. And you can see this huge audience in front of you, and they're all singing to these songs, and they're screaming, they're jumping. It's like, it's contagious. You feel like you're right there. And, and in this day and age of what we've all had to go through in the last couple of years, and I don't know, remember the last time I went to a large concert outside, music concert, and I used to love doing these things. I mean, I'm a big concert fan. And the way you feel when you're in here is amazing. I remember we were in there, and Wes's wife from Virtual Strangers, Michelle, she was like, I miss concerts so much, because that's what you feel when you're in there. You feel like you're at a concert, and you feel like, man, this is amazing. This is what I feel. It's nice to be to have VR to get to do that with. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that can't. Who knows when we're going to be able to go to a live show?
To escape reality, and so
yeah.
I mean, that's what it's for.
Yeah, Jason had the set list. Jason, did they ever do, what was that major song we were looking for at the encore? What was that song, like their major hit? I can't remember the name of it now.
The one with the harmonica?
No, they did that one. That was, I don't remember the name of that song either, but they have a really big hit that we were waiting for them to do, and I'm like, maybe we missed it from the beginning, but Jason knows the set list. But yeah, it was just a cool experience, guys, and they're still going on, and it's still free. If you guys want to go check this out, go to App Lab. You got to type in Stageverse, STAGEVERSE, one word, and go type that in. It's App Lab. It's free. There's certain days they show it, so it's not all the time. So it's not all the time. So yeah, you can definitely go in and check it out now. And it's not every day. It's only certain days during the week, and there's certain times that you can do it. But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it with my wife, because I was going to try and do it tonight before the show, because there was some people from Virtual Strangers that couldn't make the one the other night. They wanted to get in, and they wanted to do it.
It's like Jason's dropping the set list in the chat there.
Yeah, what was the name of what song was they got?
Social VR platform, Metropolitano.
Yeah.
He's got Stageverse up here in the chat, but yeah, it's a pretty interesting experience. I mean, and that's what's going to get better. Social platform experience.
It's still in App Lab. It's in its infancy. So it's going to get better and better and better, and I can't wait till they get some more, maybe newer things in there. I mean, I'll watch anything in there. I don't care, because it was so cool. But I'm going to go do this Muse one again, because I'm into Muse right now because of the Synth Riders DLC.
Yeah, with that new DLC that just came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten the chance to try that, but you know how much of a Synth Riders fan I am.
It's it's by far my favorite DLC music pack they have. Yeah, you should get into it more. You really should. You need to work out. You need to work out and do some Synth Riders.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think I would actually
as Dave Marsh
Beat Saber over Synth Riders.
Get out of here with the Beat Saber. As our friend Dave Marsh would say.
I am wearing the Skrillex shirt, right?
Yeah, as our friend Dave Marsh would say, he would say, Nick, you need to quit smoking, and you need to start doing some workouts and some Synth Riders.
I was waiting to get hit with that one tonight.
Yeah, you know it was coming. I think Dave considers Nick like his son now.
Yeah,
they've been so close.
And like every parent, they want you to quit smoking. So
absolutely. So yeah, he's like, Nick, you gotta stop smoking, man. You gotta stop smoking. So yeah, so Maloka, guys, and Maloka was great with the giveaway and Stageverse. And the reason I was saying Stageverse because it can be a very cool experience, especially even if you're going in there by yourself. You can just go in there and chill and just watch from the balcony and just listen to music, and it's amazing. So yeah, everybody go check that out.
Something else we got going on too is one of our partners, Hello Real, is just coming out with a new product, and in co-sponsorship with them, Real Optics is offering a 10% discount for anybody at their already low rates that they normally sell their lenses for.
Yeah, guys, Real Optics lenses. Let me tell you. Let's talk two things. Let's talk Real Optics and let's talk Benny Lee. So two amazing companies. Yeah, I did not get my stuff. So guys, for next week I will have I'll have the new product from Benny. It just didn't. It was supposed to come today and it just didn't come. And I know Benny's probably a little upset because he thought it was going to be here in time. It just didn't come. But Guys, here's the Snow Fox from Hello Real. All right. This is the Snow Fox with the Pro Slide. And what I mean by Pro Slide is this piece right here. You see these little lines that you see right in here? Those are quarters that you see in there.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they weight the weapon for you. So I put my controller in here, and it gives me weight. And you can put as many or as you can fill up to $3. I think it's like $3.50 or something like
from
that.
25 cents up to $3, or I guess no cents because you could take it all out.
Yeah.
But the weight changes and it helps you out. It helps give you a front of a barrel, so with that accuracy, it actually helps you shoot a little better in game.
And you know what I was just thinking? I'm going back into a new game that I just reviewed for that dropped today called Sweet Surrender, and I've been dual wielding pistols in there because there's a lot of different weapons you can do, but I love the dual wielding pistols, and it would be perfect for this. And I'm going to do that next time I go back.
Yeah, with two of those, it actually any game that dual wields with pistols really works well, like Crisis Brigade or Robo Recall. Those. It just gives it that extra immersion. And people always ask, what's the point of gun stocks? Why should I have them? I can't see them. But it's not about the visuals. It's about the weight. It's about that feel in your hand. Because you're looking in the game and you see a gun in the game, you know.
Yeah. So, and the touch controller is an awesome thing, but it's so light. You don't feel like you're holding anything, which is good sometimes, I guess, for certain things. But when I want to feel like I'm holding a gun, I want to feel like I want to have some weight in my hands. And I want to feel like a grip, like a gun grip. I mean, you know what I mean? This is amazing. This is a molded, piece. I don't know if you can see that. It's all molded here, and it fits perfectly in your hand. So when I'm, holding it, it's perfect. And you can still get to the thumbstick in the controller when you want to get to the thumbstick to move yourself around. And it slides out. It comes apart easy when you want to get it out. When you want to break it down and get your controller out, bang, it clips in just like that. Now you can take your controller out and move on to another game, or you slide it back in and it's ready to roll. So yeah, Snow Fox with Pro Slide, they're doing. If you check our announcements, you will see they're doing a collaboration with another company, that we've done a review for also, which is Real Optics,
Real Optics. Yep.
Bang.
Oh, you already have some Real Optics.
Yeah, so in my headset right now, I have Real Optic lenses. They make lenses for the headset. Now, I don't wear glasses, but why do I have these? Well, number one, I don't want to scratch my glasses or my lenses. So it gives me a barrier between my lenses, that can't be scratched. So if I do scratch something, I'm scratching these, not my lenses that are you can't replace your lenses that come with your headset. So yeah, I use it for, for caution, you know what I mean? In case, somebody's trying my headset and they happen to scratch them in some way. Also, they have a blue light filter on them. So it will help your eyes. It will give you that protection that you would use, like blue light lenses for if you're somebody who works on computers all day. And guys, when you're in the headset as much as I am, and I have these lenses, inches from my screen, from my eyes, I think it's something important to have, and that's why I like it, and that's why I use them.
And the best thing about them is their flat rate.
They are.
They're not like other ones. Like
So what Nick means by that is most optics companies, they charge by what your prescription is. So the more higher prescription that you have, the more money it is. So you could start out saying, okay, yeah, how much are lenses? And they're like, oh, they're $80. Well, then you punch in your prescription, and now they're $180 because you have a higher prescription or a stronger prescription. These guys do a flat rate, so they don't care what your prescription is. You need your prescription to tell them so they get it right, but they don't care what it is for money wise. It's a flat rate, and right now, if you buy in conjunction with Benny and Real Optics, if you can get 10% off the lenses if you do the package with Benny and get the Snow Fox with the Pro Slide. These guys never discount their lenses because it's a flat rate. They can't afford to put discounts on it all the time because they're only charging a very low amount as it is. So they very rarely do discounts. But with Benny and the new thing they got going on, they're doing a 10% off. And again, I think I want to say they're like $80 now, right?
Yeah, I've never had them, so I don't know. But I hear that
Benny, you would probably know. What's their flat rate? Is it like 75 or 80 or 85? It's less than $90. I'm pretty sure. But it's
and to throw a 10% discount on it, that's a hell of a thing right there.
And guys, if you don't have a prescription, get them. You just order them as what they call Plano, Plano, and they're just it's a clear lens. There's no prescription involved, but you can get them plano with the blue light filter. Yeah,
So, and
Barbo
Benny
said,
also posted, well, Benny here posted in the link in the chat as well. The promo he's got going on with them is for his new Frost Talon 45, which
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
yeah, it's coming. We will have it to show you guys next week. But you can go look at the pictures of it right now. Go to our announcement section, and again, just click on announcements, and you'll look in there, and you'll see pictures that Benny has on there for Hello Real. And they look amazing. And I've got about 3 iterations of these right now. Myself and Benny have been working through this since I started the group. So I've seen pretty much every iteration of the Snow Fox. I think this is going to be my favorite. I really do. And
Well,
I love
it
this
matches
one.
our
I
logo.
love this one. And me and
Did you see the purples?
yeah, I was, somebody said this. I don't know if it was in our mod chat or whatever, but Benny, we need to do one that's just for our group, right? We need to do a Quest 2 logo one.
Oh,
Come
that
on.
would look pretty nice.
Hell yeah.
That
That's what I want. I want that. And I want
Absolutely.
to put it in my Etsy store.
Yeah, and we've got a nice Etsy store. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the.
Yeah.
I don't actually have the link for the Etsy store. I do have for the website, but.
Yeah, guys, we're sitting at like 16 people. Let's get 15, 16. Let's get 15, 14 more people in here, and I'll give away a hoodie. I got a beautiful hoodie to give away. I'll do it any color you want. Anywhere you live. I don't care where you live in the world. I will send one to you. It's our hoodies with our logo, with the Quest 2 community logo. Amazing units. And I'll give one away. I want to. This is 2 weeks in a row now. I thought for sure we would hit it tonight. I'm like, we're gonna hit it tonight.
I was hoping so. We had a legend on tonight.
I know. This is just some nights thing. People have a tough time, getting here certain nights. That's all.
I get it. It's late. I mean, one of our mods or two of our mods are actually asleep by the time we start this.
I know, right? I know. But
So
yeah,
we also got a couple
guys.
of giveaways going on too this week.
I was just gonna say real quick, guys, go to our, if you can, go to our Etsy store, check it out. We've got some amazing, cool things in there. It's not just shirts, it's not just hoodies. We've got hats, we've got bean bags, we've got Nick, show the coffee mug.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking out of this tonight. Our new
guys, we've got coffee mugs. We have Quest 2. We have coffee mugs. We've got. You know who ordered something? I don't know if she. I saw her here earlier. Diane Bruce. Was she was in? She ordered.
I think you said something that you thought she might have ordered something.
Yeah, she ordered. She ordered. We have like a neck gaiter, like a mask thing or a thing you would put on your head. Like a
headband or.
Yeah, like a headband. She's gonna wear it for working out when she's inside the headset. She got one of those, and she ordered a yoga pants. We have women's yoga pants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Super cool.
You're still waiting on someone to pick up that bean bag, though.
I know. I'm gonna have to get the bean bag myself. And Barbo ordered a hoodie that just shipped today. Finally, thank God.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So yeah. But yeah, guys, go check it out. We got a ton of stuff. We got water bottles. We got stickers. If you want to put some stickers on your headset, we got them. Cool stuff, man.
And it's expanding.
So, yeah, well, it is. Every day we're putting stuff in there every day. So we're gonna have more and more stuff. We have different logos. We got a logo now that we just created. It says VR Gamer. So if you're looking for something that maybe it's not Quest 2 so much Quest 2 stuff, but you want something that has VR, we're gonna have one that's gonna be shirts that's gonna have a small Quest 2 logo on it. It's gonna say VR Gamer, which is I want to wear something that says VR Gamer. So yeah.
And most gamers got to get their caffeine, and what better place than from a Quest 2 community mug?
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah! I can't wait. I can't wait to get my mug. I did an order the other day. My wife's like, I want the yoga pants. I did a jacket. There's a nice fall like a
I like the jacket.
Light jacket for fall. Yeah, it's super nice. Made by Champion. So I ordered one. I'll wear it. Hopefully, I can wear it next week, maybe or the week after if it comes in.
Nice.
But it's all nice stuff.
So we got a couple of giveaways going on in the group right now.
Yeah, what do we got?
I think, let's see, Kai and Todd both dropped one today. No, one was yesterday, one was today. We've got Golf Pool VR. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You're playing pool like golf in space, or actually in a couple of different places. I don't know if you've jumped in there yet. There's about, I think, 3 or 4 stages, and you're pretty much playing pool with I don't even want to say it's a hockey stick. It's just like a big club for golf, you know, like a putter almost. And you're hitting these big pool balls into the pockets.
This is an odd one, man.
But you know what's crazy is it's getting so many entries into that giveaway. I'm blown away by it. It's an App Lab game.
Yeah, we're talking about this. We only pinned it for like a couple hours, man, and it's like,
and
it's amazing. It's amazing what games resonate with people. Like we put games out there like, oh my god, this game's amazing. This is like a big huge game, and we're gonna get so many people that get into this. And like we get half the number that we think we're gonna get into it, and then we have a crazy game, that like Kung Fu. What was that one? Crazy Kung Fu.
Crazy Kung Fu.
Yeah, we do a game called Crazy Kung Fu. It's an App Lab game, and like we got like 400, 500 people that enter the damn contest to win it. It's just crazy.
Yep. So that one's going out right now. I forget how many keys he said he had for that one to give away. I don't even remember. It was a couple, 3 or 4 maybe. I'm not sure. And then we got Squadron 1.
Barebo's taking off. He just said. He said he's got to go work out. He just wanted to say Dave was awesome. Yeah, he was, man.
Yeah, Dave was.
It was so much fun.
Legend,
hey guys, we're up to 20 people. Let's go. 10 more people, guys. Hoodie time.
So and we also got Squadron 1 that just dropped today. I think it's a Eric. You've been in that one a little bit, haven't you?
I have, yeah. It's like a multiplayer space shooter. Like you're flying in a spaceship, like a spaceship. It's got a lot of you guys remember like the old show, Battlestar Galactica? It's kind of like got a little bit of that feel to it with some of the ships in it, which is pretty cool. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, right?
Probably. I think you're starting to show your age there.
They did do a remake of Battlestar Galactica in the 2000s, I think. So somebody shouldn't understand. Yeah, it has that kind of vibe to it. It's cool. It's mainly multiplayer, so they need people. So that's why
something cool about that game is every time somebody jumps into the game, it automatically pings their entire Discord. So if you're playing there, it's mainly a multiplayer game. It's meant to be played multiplayer, but when you jump into the game, no matter who you are, their Discord gets notified, and if anybody's in there and they want to jump in, you can almost instantly get a team. It's a really unique way to do it. I've never seen a game actually do something like that before.
Yeah, and the game is getting better and better. I mean, I previewed this game a long time ago, and I'm like, okay, they got something here. It's just it needs polish, needs work, and they've really worked on it, and now it's a good playable game now. It's not super expensive, but we have 8 keys to give away. So guys,
is
grab
it 8 that they're giving away on that?
Yeah, we have 8 keys to give away because we actually have 2 more, but we're gonna hold them back for one of our live shows. So we have 8 keys to give away for this contest, and we will have 2 more coming up probably within the next couple of weeks.
Nice, very nice. So we got a couple of giveaways. We got money going out. We've got Quest 2s going out. I mean, good Lord, is there anything more we can give out?
It's insane,
turns out there is.
Yeah.
Because you also put out a review for Sweet Surrender.
Yeah, this is my jam now, guys. I am Sweet Surrender is a roguelite game, one of those roguelite games where you have to finish the game in one sitting. So basically you start every time you die, you start from scratch. And you have to beat the whole game. There's no saves. You get to this spot, you can save and come back to it later. The only way you're saving this is if you pause your game and just keep it, and just keep your headset plugged in and don't do anything with it and go back to it. That's the only way you can keep it going. But yeah, these games are great because you have to build yourself up in the game to get yourself strong enough to progress. Otherwise, you're going to get hammered in there. So you've got to get better weapons. You've got to get better perks. You've got to get, you got to find money so you can buy things in the store. You got to buy weapons and health power ups so you can get more health and keep more. Your health bar gets longer, or you can. There's one perk. You get these chips, and you can put the chip on your wrist. And there's one perk that allows you to sap health from enemies. So as you're shooting them, you're actually stealing health from them. Because health, once you die, you're dead. Like I said, game over. You start from scratch again. So you have to have health in this game because they don't give you a ton just lying around on the floor. It's not like a Call of Duty game where you're finding a health pack every 10 feet.
Well, yeah, I
They're not
mean,
gonna.
if you're playing a roguelite, you've got to somehow or another, any kind of
Yeah.
roguelite,
So
you've got to
you
find a way to get health.
yeah, and every run is different because again, it's a roguelite, so it's what they call procedurally generated. So it changes every time. So you're not going through the same area. The map is different every time you go in. You have different enemies. You have different drops. So you might find that chip that has the leeching, or next run you might not find it ever. It might not be there at all. So you might not have it that run. I mean, you have to use something different. You have to you get like more ammo in your clip, or you get more powerful ammo, or you get an Uzi instead of a handgun, or you get a shotgun, or whatever. You're gonna have different stuff, and you have to just like your run is your run, and what you get is what you get. I went through one run where I got no money to buy anything because every stage, at the end of every stage, before you move on to the next level, you go to a store where you can buy stuff to help yourself through. Well, you got to find the money along the way. Again, you don't take anything with you from death to death, so you starting from scratch every time. I had one run where I found almost no money, so I couldn't buy anything. I mean, I'm literally going through. I was like the third level in. I still had one handgun. I had nothing else. I had no health power-ups. I had no perks. So yeah, I mean, it's just.
I wanted to ask you because I haven't played it myself, and I saw the
Hmm.
trailer that you posted for it today. The visuals, it looks so much like Jupitergrad to me.
It does,
Very
yeah.
very similar
Yeah.
visuals.
Yeah, Jupitergrad. It's got a Jupitergrad feel, or even like Borderlands 2. It's like that cell shaded kind of graphics with it. So cool. But yeah, it looks really, really good. It runs really, really good. It's both on Rift and on Quest, so you can play it with a PC or you can play it not. I did play it both ways just to check it out for the review, and the Quest version is
visually.
It's the graphics are exactly the same. With the Quest and PC, if you've ever done it, which I know you have, you just get a hint of clarity with a PC VR. So I'm not going to say the graphics were any better. It's just things were clearer. You know how sometimes with the Quest you get some edges that are a little jaggy. It's not so smooth. That's what you're going to get here a little bit. When you jump back and forth right away, if I didn't jump back and forth like immediately, I probably wouldn't even notice the difference. But when you're in one and you jump immediately to the next one,
right,
you can see it and you can feel it. But I mean, the Quest version, West from Virtual Strangers played mainly on the Steam version, and then he wanted to jump to the Quest because he found a little jank in the Steam version. So he jumped to the Quest, and he actually had a better experience in the Quest. He thought it ran smoother on the Quest than it did. Now, I was the opposite. I thought it ran a little bit smoother on the Steam version because I mainly played the Quest version. I just tried the Steam version just to do a comparison.
Well, I can see that, though, because, I mean, obviously I use Virtual Desktop on Shadow PC, but when I was playing Ionia, just like I was explaining to you with the climbing aspect, it felt a little more jittery on the PC version, but it felt like it ran a lot smoother on the Quest for me on the Quest version. But the graphics were just severely downgraded for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that game, that game's just not. And you just see what happened to that game today.
No, Viveport. Don't tell me Viveport.
Viveport Infinity already. So you can get that game for free if you have Viveport Infinity now. That game came out last week. If you have Viveport Infinity,
it's already made its way to Viveport.
You get it for free automatically. So yeah. Unfortunately, I know.
I mean, some games hit, some games just don't. I mean, and this was meant to be like a saga thing too, where it was 6-7 games or something like that, and it did a pretty good job on Steam. It did not do such a great job on Quest.
No. Hey, did we miss a birthday? Was it Larry Kirk's birthday, man?
It was.
Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday, Larry?
I believe so.
Hey, happy birthday, Larry.
Yep, he said, 62 yesterday.
Hey, congratulations, man. Nick, will you sing
Absolutely.
Larry, happy birthday for us right now? Go ahead, buddy. He's like, absolutely. And you're like, oh, wait a minute, you want me to sing it? Oh.
Wait, I was supposed to sing on live air too? That wasn't part of the deal.
That was funny, man. That was funny. I thought you were going to start singing. I really did. I thought he was ready to start to sing. So Dana Diaz says, what is iPort Infinity?
Yeah, let me.
So it's Viveport, VIVE, Dana. So if you have
is it ViveportInfinity.com or is it an app or because I don't have it, but
it's .com. Yeah, it's a website basically. So basically, Viveport it's like Steam, Dana. It's a place that you can go to buy games, but they have a monthly membership called Viveport Infinity. So if you pay so much per month, and I think I pay like $6 a month, I got it on a special deal. But I pay $6 a month, and I get access to over 900 VR games, PC VR games. So you have to have a computer to run it. So you have to be on PC, but there are games that you can play for $9 a month. So if you think of companies like GameFly for console games, that's what this is, but for VR games. So you get pretty much, again, they have over 900 titles, and there are some big titles on there. You can play Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners for free. You can play The Room VR for free. You can play Uperdegrad. You can play Windlands. You can play oh my God, there's so many games. You can play some big games. I'm trying to think of.
You've listed off Until You Fall, I think, was on there, which is one of my top games.
Until You Fall is on there.
There's a lot of big games on there.
But again, you have to have a PC. I don't know if you're set up with a PC, Dana, or not, but you have to have a PC to use it. So,
yeah.
But it's a really good deal. And around the holidays, guys, Viveport usually always does some type of sale with their subscription. So if you sign up for a year, you get it for super cheap. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think I caught it. I caught it last year during the Black Friday sale. I think I pay like $5 or $6 a month, something really.
I mean, for what you get, it sounds like it's insanely worth it. I mean, considering the price of games and how many I've got 160 something games on my Quest. I can't even tell you how much money I've spent.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, if I could click into Viveport right now and just list off the games for you, you guys would freak because there's so many good games. I mean, Phasmophobia. If you've ever heard of the game Phasmophobia, you actually get that game that you can download into your library for free. So it's not even a streaming game. They'll actually give you the whole game that you can just download.
So I think that's all we had going on right now this week. I don't remember if there was anything else. Yeah, the giveaways. Don't forget to check out Maloka, $1,000, 2 Quest 2 headsets. It's pretty impressive.
Hell yeah.
It's a couple of giveaways. Benny Lee's got his promo with Real Optics going on right now.
And I'll have one to show you guys next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what you think, Eric? Anything else we want to talk about, or?
Well, let's talk about what we got coming next week, Nick. We got a lot of stuff coming next week.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't even know what I can talk about. I can't talk about the thing Todd's got going on. We got Shadowgate coming next week. That's something to look forward to. Hell, what else we got? I know I'm gonna drop a review here soon, probably within the next day or so, for Legendary Tales, which is a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah. I've got my issues with it, but most of them are they're minor. They're not major issues, and it is early access. So
yeah,
no, we can talk about what we got coming though. We got a review for an App Lab game called Tunnel Runner.
Well, what Todd's got going on? I don't know that we can announce that yet. What Todd's got? Because we're not supposed to be talking about that.
You're talking about the BOBOVR?
Yeah. Doesn't he have something coming out that?
Yeah, we can just say we got a BOBOVR giveaway going. We have a new product from BOBOVR that we're gonna preview. Can't tell you guys what it is yet, but yeah.
I don't know what their deal is on that yet so far. So
Yeah, Todd, I don't know if you're in the chat. I think we can talk about it, but I won't say what it is yet. But yeah, guys, we have a review and a giveaway for BOBOVR, a new product from BOBOVR. BOBOVR, who makes the Halo strap. Yeah, the BOBOVR Halo strap. They have a new product coming out, and we're going to be previewing it and reviewing it, and we're going to give something away for that. And
absolutely.
And then we also have a review coming of a game that's dropping next week. Nick's going to be doing a review for a game called Song in the Smoke. You can talk about that.
Oh, I did forget completely about Song in the Smoke. So I have not tried that one yet, but we're about to jump in there real soon.
No, we just received our keys, guys. Our early access review keys. Myself and Nick, and we will be giving it a good run through this weekend. And once the embargo drops,
I'm kind of looking forward to that one because there's a lot of hype going around that one.
There is. This is one of the games that I've been anticipating to play all year long. and they delayed it a little bit, not much, a few weeks. So it's gonna drop next week on the 7th, which is the same day as Shadowgate. So it's gonna be a busy. It's gonna be a busy week.
So many games coming out, and then we've got Resident Evil 4 coming out later this year. We've got Unplugged is coming out this year. This month. Yeah. It's just there's so much game. So when someone says I can't find anything good to play, they're lying. They're lying. There's too much stuff. There's too much good stuff on the store. I mean, and Shadowgate.
That's why
I can't wait for y'all to play that one.
If you guys have ever like scrolled through the group, and I see people on here like coming in and go, oh, I'm selling my Quest. I can't. There's nothing good to play. My Quest is just collecting dust. It's no good. There's nothing good to play. So don't tell me there's nothing good to play. Okay, tell me you don't like VR. That's fine. VR is not for everybody. That. There's people out there that just don't like VR, so say that. But don't say there's nothing good to play, because you could play for a year just on what's out now. You know what I mean? You could play every day for a year just with what we have now. So yeah, I hate when people go on there and like, there's just nothing good. All the good stuff's on PC. That's garbage. Don't give me that stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear.
And there's good stuff. And there's good stuff coming out yet still too. Besides what they've already got out.
Oh my God!
Some big hit titles that people are anticipating. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're almost up to 2 hours there.
Yep. Yeah, let's just talk. We got Windlands coming next week too.
Windlands. Windlands is an older game. I finally just beat that game. It wasn't super long, but it's a very, very fun game. I got a review coming for that one and some video play footage of it. It's got that Jupiter Grad style, but much more open.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a great game. It was a PC VR game, guys. It's been out for a few years on PC VR. They actually have a Windlands 2 on PC VR also that's already been out. But they've just got it released finally on the App Lab store. I think this one eventually will come to the Quest store itself. It should. Yeah, it should. It's one of those games that really needs to be on there. It's a really good game, guys, though. So if you want a game where you're like Spider-Man, basically. I mean, this is what we're talking about. You're talking about swinging through open air environments,
up in the clouds
with grappling hooks, and some crazy heights. It's amazing. It's really, really good.
Yeah. If heights do bother you, like they do me in VR, I don't know that I would recommend this game for you. It could I could see it didn't bother me, but I could see it inducing motion sickness for certain people. Yeah, without a doubt. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jason Ward just says they just released the new course for Walkabout mini golf. Yeah,
they did. Yeah, that was today that they just came out with that. Have you gotten a chance to play it yet?
I didn't. Me and Nick both had early access to play this because we're in there testing, and I've been so crazy busy, guys, and I didn't do it. I know you did though. Tell us about it.
So I did. I loved it. They unfortunately do not have a hard mode right now to go with it, unless they released it in the beta. They didn't have the hard mode. I think it's maybe coming later. It's the first course that I've played that actually has wind. So when you're putting the game, you'll actually have wind trying to blow your ball and try to make you miss. It's a windmill based course. It's almost like an old farm with 10 or so windmills around there. Never went looking for any of the hidden balls, but I'm sure that they're there. They're in every single course.
Yeah, they are.
But it's great. First one with wind. A lot of really great courses. A lot of the unique stuff that you expect from the developers for Walkabout. Definitely recommend it if you got it. Go play it. It's free. It's free. And the developer keeps pushing out these. I mean, what is this? The fourth new level that they've pushed out since the game's released for free.
I can't believe they're still pushing. They're still pushing courses out for this game for free, and not making any of it downloadable, or not saying, hey, okay, now it's free if you own it, but now guess what? We're upping the price if you don't own it. You know what I mean? They've got so much content there now. Why wouldn't they just go? You know what?
And it's still like $14.99.
Okay, they could easily go. You know what? Yeah, it was $14.99, but we just gave you 6 new courses. Now you got how many courses in there? Now it's going to be $20. I can see that happening. So if you don't have it, go get it now for $14.99 because a lot of these games are doing this now, where they start at a certain price, they set themselves up, and they keep giving you free DLC, free DLC, free DLC. Until they get to the point where like, okay, we're going to give you another piece of free DLC, but if you don't own it before such and such a date, then the price goes up. Now we're going to start charging this such and such a price. And I think it's 100% fair.
They're putting out so much content. Yeah, they're giving you so much content. Yeah. I mean, what was it? Pistol Whip had 20 to almost 30 stages before they decided to go up by $5 and only $5. You know, that's a lot of content for what they have.
And if you owned it, you got all that stuff for no charge for the original price. You know what I mean? So it was only if you bought it after such and such a date. So yeah, 100% worth it. And that's the way to do it. You know what I mean? I have no problem doing it that way, because then it helps to, you know, you're incentivizing people to buy it early on. You know, buy it early before the price goes up. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy week again next week, guys. Song in the Smoke. I am so excited. One of my top games. I wish I was doing the review for this game. Me and Nick had to fight over who was going to do the review for this game, because
I'm totally grabbing this one.
Yeah.
So, but that's all right. I'll leave Resident Evil 4 to you.
Wait, you do Tunnel Runner, and I'll do. Oh yeah, no, I'm doing Resident
Your Tunnel Runner is that's your baby right there.
Yeah, my baby.
So
I think
guys,
I think the days of over of Eric reviewing App Lab games. just to give you guys a little hint.
That's all right. I will give you Resident Evil 4 because I love that one, but
that's my baby. That's my baby.
that's everybody's baby. That's one of the probably the most anticipated games of the year.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I can't wait, man. There's so much good things coming, man. I'm super serious, guys, when I said I think from all points and things I'm hearing in the industry and from people that I know that know some things, October 28th, the day of Facebook Connect, is going to be a day that you're going to want to tune in. Come see me and Nick and whoever else is going to join us that night, because we're going to be talking about some amazing things, and I can't wait. I really can't. I hope.
Now, if Todd's there, he's going to want us to do this from workrooms, right?
Can I do it from workrooms from Disney? Like Disney workrooms?
Why not? It's VR, right? You could take it into workrooms.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, what else? Anything else? I know. Yeah, we've been going a little bit long, and I know Nick wants to smoke a cigarette, so we got to get going.
I do. We've already established that I do smoke. I try not to do it too much on air, but you know.
But yeah, we're probably gonna wrap this up, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. We got so close again to 30 people. We're gonna get there, guys. I know we will. I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna give out a hoodie. I appreciate everybody being here, and we're gonna do it again next week. Next week is gonna be we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. We're gonna show some new products next week that you guys have not seen yet. And we have a lot of new stuff to talk about, and we have some games that we're going to talk about next week that are going to be coming that I really can't even tell you yet, but I'm going to tell you next Thursday. So stay tuned.
And congratulations again to the winners of Shadowgate VR and the microfiber cloths tonight.
Yeah. We'll be in touch with the winners of the microfiber cloths, because we need to get your addresses. Nick will get in touch with you, and he'll get your addresses to Dave, and then Dave will send them to you. And guys.
Winners for the game. We'll have those. We'll have those keys for you on release day. Now, just so y'all know, everybody always asks, "Well, where's my key?" First thing in the morning. The games don't typically release until 10 o'clock Pacific time.
10 a.m. Pacific time. So yeah.
Yeah. So wait later day, but we will have your keys for you.
Yeah. Yep. It'll be around that day, that time. So, all right, guys, take it easy. Have a great week. We'll see you. We'll see you on Virtual Strangers next Wednesday, and then I will see you back here probably with Nick and maybe Todd and who else wants to come on Thursday. Peace, guys.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
All right. Bye.